What's going on, people? I'm glad to be back here. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm excited today. This is Gerald Jarmon, Jarmon International Legacy Leadership Chat. This is Thursday. Excited to close the week out here before the weekend. This is our first full week, completing our first full week of 2020. And I hope yours has gotten off to a great start. In some ways, some of us have had some challenges, but hey, it's just the first week. Let's be optimistic and believe for the best as we move forward. So I'm joined by a special guest today in my life. So I want you everybody to greet my special guest, the basketball today, The Rock. This is my guest here. So I have the basketball here today, and a lot of you know, maybe some of you don't know, but a lot of you know my background as far as basketball and it being my everything growing up as a kid. I ate, drank, and slept basketball every day, and I was rewarded for it. Played high school basketball and then went on to play collegiately at the University of Richmond, where I received a basketball scholarship, and I played there 4 years. So let's give it up for my basketball. Let's give it up here. Round of applause. Yep. All right. So I want to talk about something today, and this is a little different, obviously, but I want to talk about this round ball right here has taken me all over the world. Okay, literally. Okay, so there's something I want to highlight though when I talk about my story. Okay, because a lot of people have used this ball. A lot of people have used this ball to their advantage. Okay, so what do I mean by that? What do I mean by using the basketball to your advantage? Okay, I believe some people, and let me start with this. I believe some people have abused this basketball. All right, I believe some people have used it as a disadvantage. I believe some people have not taken advantage of the opportunities that this ball could offer. Okay, so what do I mean by that as far as taking advantage of it? Well, when I was a kid, as I mentioned, basketball is my everything. Okay, my dad instilled in me at a very young age certain disciplines when it came to this game of basketball. All right, and those disciplines were practice, was paying attention to details, was being committed, was being disciplined, even when you don't feel like it, practicing, competing against the best. I attended 3 to 5 different basketball camps every summer when I was a kid coming up. Literally, there were some summers I went to 5 different basketball camps. Okay, and this was during a day and age when basketball camps was bigger than AAU. Today, AAU is really taking over everything. There's still a lot of summer camps, hoop groups, some other camps that are still in the mix. But when I was coming up, going to certain camps was critical. So, but I was disciplined. I wanted to be there. This ball here allowed me to get a quality education. Okay, now hear me out. Okay, hear this. You are a student athlete first. Okay, you're a student, then you're an athlete. Okay, so when you take care of the student part, then the athlete part will take care of itself. So I had to do well in school. I had to get good grades. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to play basketball. So it was a motivating factor. And I know for a lot of young people today that playing a sport or playing sports is a motivator to attend school, okay, but also to be attentive and to do well. Okay, for some people, and that's a good thing. It serves a purpose, okay, for them to be in school and to be focused with where they're at. I know some youth, when they're in season, they're great student, attentive, in class on time, but when the season is over, their attitude falls off, their attendance falls off, and that's not right, that's not good. So I'm just talking about, again, using this to your advantage, okay? Using this basketball. For me, I use basketball. For you, your gift and talent could be something else, okay? But for me, it was basketball. So there was disciplines along the way, okay? So in the game of basketball, you know, it starts with, okay, obviously, and some of you may not know this, but here's an analogy I want to share. In the game of basketball, before the game starts, the referees let both teams know which way they're going. Okay, so before the jump ball, all right, the referee would say, blue going this way, okay, white going this way. All right, so in the jump ball, your teammate, whoever's doing the jump ball, will be facing the way they're going. So for instance, if we're going at this basket, my teammate would face this way for the jump ball, okay? While the opposing team, he will be facing this way, okay? Why is that important? Before the game starts, before the tip-off, you have to know your direction. You have to know where you're going. That signifies, when you transfer it to the game of life, you have to have a vision for where you're going. Imagine showing up to the game, okay, and there were no baskets. Imagine you walked on the court and there was no baskets to shoot at. So then, guess what? Everybody would just dribble around, you know, without a purpose. You can dribble anywhere, but without a goal, okay? I'm trying to teach you something here. First, you have to identify which goal you're going to. First, you have to identify in life, what is your vision, okay? So this game starts with having a vision. And this basketball served the purpose for my life, for it gave me a vision for when I was a kid that I want to play high school basketball. I want to go to college and play Division I college basketball. And then I want to play professionally. And my goal was to play in the NBA. Obviously I didn't make that, but there were other things. I did play professionally. So it gave me a vision for where I want to go. So the first thing in life is you got to have a vision, okay? So once you have a vision, okay, then you can focus on the details and strategy for how to accomplish it. So think about it. In the game of basketball, the goal is to put this ball in the basket. Everybody knows that, okay? The goal is to put the ball in the basket, in the correct basket, all right? There's sometimes some guys, and I've seen this before, it makes the bloopers on ESPN or the funnies or whatever you want to call it. A guy loses his mind and he goes the other way and shoots the ball in the other basket, okay? So he's going the wrong way. So you have to establish a vision first for your life, okay? Where am I going? What I want to be doing 10 years from now? What I want to be doing 15 years from now? And when you serve God, you know, you learn in the scripture that He starts at the end and then brings you back to the beginning. So what do you want to be doing in 2021? What do you want to be doing in 2025? So start with a vision for where you want to go. The next step, after you have a vision, you need a strategy, okay? You need a strategy because you're not just going to wake up and you're going to get there. So, and I'm going to wrap it up here soon, but think about this in the game of basketball. The goal is to put the ball in the basket. Whoever scores the most points win. Well, guess what? You can't just walk up to the basket and put the ball in. All right? It's not that simple. Why is that? Because I want you to think about it. Why can't you just walk up and put the ball in the basket? Why is it not that simple or that easy? Because there's a defense. Okay? There's opposition. So just because you have a vision, okay? No, when you have a vision, understand there's going to be opposition. Okay? So you have to strategize. That's where coaching comes into play. That's where running certain plays, okay? That's where you're strategizing. Think about this. All the strategy on offense, you pass the ball here, you cut, and this guy moves here. All of that is just so you can put the ball in the basket. So, transfer it to your life. You need a vision for where you want to go. But secondly, you need a strategy. Some of us have a vision and have dreams, okay? We have dreams of accomplishing something, but you don't have a strategy. You haven't developed yourself an outlook and things or disciplines to get you there, okay? Because there's going to be opposition. You can't, it's not just going to happen. If it was that easy, everybody would be a millionaire. If it was that easy, everybody would make six figures. If it was that easy, everybody would be on television. If it was that easy, everybody would be a CEO of a company. It's not. So, develop a strategy to get you there, all right? I'm going to continue this at some point. I'm going to build on this. But let's give it up for my great friend here, my special guest, the ball here. Yeah, I like that. Yep, let's hear the crowd. The crowd is going crazy for our special guest. Thank you for tuning in today. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know, hit that button, subscribe to it. Share this podcast. You know, let me know what you think as we move forward. Appreciate your support. And always remember, you're destined for greatness. See you next time.